What's good, brotherhood? This your boy, my brother 215, and I am here with your little late, but better late than never, Raw recap. And excuse the delay, only because I had to take the time to go and get me, you know, one, two, three, four, five, six margaritas. Had me a great night, amazing night. And my initial plan was to come back in here while a little tipsy and still stream and then do my Raw recap. But the way the margaritas was hitting, it just didn't work out that way. But here we are. I actually finally finished Raw. I'm a little hype about it. I'm a little upset that I missed a good Raw, but I'm hype about it still. So the way Raw started off with Paul, well, first of all, it started off with Jey Uso coming out. Obviously, it's always a good start to see, the boy Jey Uso being his true self. He wasn't being Hollywood with the fans like he was the previous week. But, we ain't going to focus too much on that. But let's focus on the man that came out to confront him. And that's Mr. Paul Heyman. And when I say Paul Heyman, first of all, he damn near looked as brown as me. I don't know who's doing the spray tanning, but y'all are a little too heavy-handed. Let's take a step back on the spray tan for him and Mr. Braun Breaker. Clearly, he's adapting to what Braun got going on, but the bronze ain't it. Let's tone it down some. At least if you're gonna do it, get the back of his head too. Just the front side, it just ain't working. My man looked two-tone. Something ain't right. But anywho, the man Paul Heyman was spitting. He was spitting straight facts. He was talking about CM Punk and how he was trying to turn him against his tribal chief, Roman Reigns. But the fact that he got in on Roman, his tribal chief, and how he did everything under the sun to help him build up and get that beautiful undisputed championship and become the champion that he was for 1,316 days. And then for him to lose it to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40 in your boy's home city, Philadelphia, and then disappear and leave Paul by himself with Solo, with Jacob, the Tongans. You know how he said it. It just didn't sit right with anybody. We all know we was waiting on Roman to come back to save Paul. Paul was waiting on Roman to save Paul. He had both phones trying to call the tribal chief. He kept ignoring him. But we ain't going to focus too much on that. But that is how it was. Come on, focus up. I think I'm moving too much for my camera. I get animated. However, how he pointed out to Jay that after Paul was put through the table, Roman came back for what? His Ula Fala. He didn't come back to avenge him. He came back for that Ula Fala, which was so motherfucking selfish. And after this man done spilled his guts explaining to Jay how he felt about why he did what he did, this motherfucker had the nerve to say, what that got to do with me? Like, damn, you inconsiderate bastard. Show some compassion. The man is going through some things. But Jay, see, this is that Hollywood shit. You give these people the gold and they act brand fucking new. But Paul finally got into the point of what he was actually doing there, what Jay had to do with anything. And it was the simple fact that Seth freaking Rollins deserved a title shot. And of course, it was just bait. And my man said he a fighting champion, so he took the bait. Booked the match right then and there. We'll talk about the actual match later. Oh, shit. Next up, we saw JD McDonough versus Penta. Now, we all know JD lost the match. But let's talk about the actual match. Throughout the match, they did a whole lot of JD Glaze. I don't know if they're trying to set this up for a JD McDonough run, even though I don't see it really going anywhere. But the way Pat and Michael Cole was talking about JD, you would think JD was about to be shot to the moon. And I mean, JD is good. A lot of people don't get to see how good JD actually is, but JD can go. He could do more than sell. He can do a little bit of everything. But that match between him and Penta, it was solid. And it showed you a little bit of what he could do. Just like any other match, if you actually pay attention to what JD is actually doing, not the fact that he's just a side cast or a side member to the Judgment Day, that man can actually go. You give him a respectful opponent like a Penta, you're going to see exactly what he can do. But also for me, if we are thinking about pushing JD based off of all the glaze and the glory and all the great sweet things that Pat and Michael Cole had to say about him because of when he got injured and how he kept going, bring back the Cruiserweight title. If you want people like JD, people like Tozawa to actually have like some respectable matches, have some decent, runs, bring back the Cruiserweight title. Please, I beg of you. But also, based on also what took place in this match, when Finn and Carlito got kicked out, Chad Gable came. But what the hell was Chad doing out there? It just felt so random because none of them, Finn, Carlito, Chad, none of them helped JD win. So what the fuck were they all doing out there? Especially Chad. It just seems so random. I fully understand that he got something going on with the Luchadors, but I thought that was between El Grande Americano, not Chad. But Chad was there. I don't know. We'll see what happens next week because Penta does have a match against Dom this Saturday, but obviously something may come of this the following week. I don't know. But we'll see. I'm looking at my notes here. After Penta and JD, we seen Grayson Waller in the back, who was supposed to have a one-on-one match with a mysterious opponent, a mystery opponent. But once he found out who it was, he threw my man Theory under the bus and threw him in the match, but would not tell him who it was, even though he already knew. He just said, I'm going to let it be a surprise. Because he obviously knew that Theory was going to have the same exact reaction that he had. Now, we all know, before I get into the match, we all know that, and we all been waiting, and we all fully understand that it is long overdue that they turn Theory babyface. Make Theory a baby face. If I'm getting too close and I'm making you uncomfortable, obviously, I'm serious. Make Theory a baby face. I feel like this shit started February 24th, 2023. And that was Elimination Chamber in Perth. I was there. I remember. When Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins jumped Theory while Mr. Grayson Waller was in the back just chilling, acting like this shit was not going on, like that wasn't his homie. At that point, the feud should have started. Because what the fuck are you doing? Bro, you supposed to be my homie, my tag partner. We A-Town down under. And he just left him there. In his home country. He just left him there. Like, you would think that you're in your home country, you're going to try to put on for your people. But he didn't do that. Waller was just big chilling. And now this is what? May 2024. I'm sorry. Damn. May 2025. That was February 2024. And it's like, bro, why are we still waiting? This is over a year that we've been waiting on Theory to turn on Waller or Waller to turn on Theory. I don't give a damn. But make Theory a babyface. Make Waller, I think Waller, based off of his skills on the mic, that would be a perfect transition. That would be a perfect person, the perfect heel to assist that push to him being a babyface. Because if anybody's ever met Austin Theory outside of the ring, he's actually a cool, dope, nice guy. I met him in Australia. He is nice as hell. Like, it's kind of crazy to me that they haven't done this yet. But in due time, it will come. But to this match, Sheamus was the mystery opponent. And Theory was like, damn, bro, you just gonna set me up like this? Like what the fuck? Like, we're supposed to be, damn, this is what we doing? Fuck it. But he tried his best to ball out. He tried his best to put on a banger with Sheamus, and they did have a solid match. It wasn't nothing too crazy, but it was a solid match. I feel like since Sheamus put out the banger after banger after banger after banger, his matches have been a little less than that. But that's just me. Don't let me influence you, but that's just me. If y'all feel the same way, you can say that too. But Sheamus is back. Will this turn into something moving forward? I don't know. But for now, we have finally seen Sheamus again since Royal Rumble. So welcome back, Sheamus. Now, I might sit down for this one. But I'm going to stay standing up because we're going to get into Lyra and Becky Lynch. The Man versus the Bird Lady. Now, I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's like the fact that when Lyra came up, I had already doubted her because I felt like Roxanne should have been called up before Lyra. Now, it took the IC title qualifying match against Io Sky when I was like, damn, she's really good in the ring. That's when she gained my respect in ring. But then once she got the title and we wasn't seeing no storylines, we wasn't seeing no promos, I was like, man, she is boring as fuck. Like, I was just ready for the title to be tossed away. Like, I wanted Zelina Vega, who's going to end up doing the same thing that Lyra's doing right now, which is just defending her title. She should have been the one to dethrone Lyra. That's just me. But the way the Bird Lady, matter of fact, let me stop saying Bird Lady because she might turn up on me like she's been turning up on Becky these past 2 weeks. Lyra Valkyria, the way she has been going in on Becky, like she is low-key winning this feud. And initially when I first saw that Becky came back and I saw that she attacked Lyra, she turned heel. Lyra was definitely no-selling the attack from Becky the entire time, like looking at her like, what the fuck are you doing? But what I'm seeing these past 2 weeks, I'm sold. Lyra been cooking. And I don't know if she's always had this in her and WWE just did not want her to bring it out, or the Man, Becky Lynch, is bringing this out of her. But whoever it is, whoever's in charge of this, I fucking love it. Keep it going. Because at this point, I'm picking Lyra to retain her title. But at the same time, it is Becky Lynch. Or as they're saying on social media, Becky Hogan. Will she take that belt? I don't know. But from my opinion, based off what I see and who's winning this feud, because Becky is so focused on Bayley. So I can honestly see Bayley coming in, helping Lyra retain that title, and then them two feud. Because for her to be going for this IC championship, she's been talking a lot of shit about Bayley. And we haven't seen Bayley since she was attacked by Becky. So clearly, we're seeing Bayley this weekend. She's going to help Lyra retain. And now let's move on. Because after that, we had our man's Rusev. And Rusev, I say this with the utmost respect. I'm not buying into the hype. You were let go for a reason, because you just have, it's just something about big men and WWE that they just don't know what to do with them. Especially if you really ain't out here cutting promos. You really ain't out here over a crowd based off your promo skills. And that ain't Rusev. Rusev was over because of Aiden English the last time he was over. And that was Rusev Day. But we're not getting that no more. This is this. I don't even know what you want to describe this as. But Rusev and Otis had a solid match. It was decent. It was very decent. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say it was good, because it wasn't just a regular squash match. He didn't come in, whoop on him, make him tap, and then get about the ring. They actually was all over the place a little bit. So it was solid. I'll give him that. But I'm also at the same time giving him 3 months before they're done with him, because Rusev is going to be hard for you to be successful by yourself. Because if you think about it, every time you have Rusev, you've had to put him with somebody to make this something. So 3 months Rusev, I'll give you that. You about to feud with Alpha Academy for a while. We need, I'm sure next week we'll probably get Rusev versus Tozawa, which is going to be freaking insane. But hopefully we can get a Tozawa match like we did with him and Gunther. Even though Gunther ended up winning, but they still gave Tozawa some shots in that match where he actually looked good. Shit, we gonna have Maxine whoop up on him. And speaking of Maxine, they panned out to when Rusev threw Tozawa out the ring. Why the fuck was Natalya out there? She just randomly spawned to the side of the ring. But why? Why are you comforting Maxine? Where the fuck were you at this entire time? And don't act like I don't know what you got up your sleeve, because I seen them promos. I saw Bloodsport. I saw what you put on TikTok. You ain't slick. I know you plan on turning on Maxine. But when is it? Because I'm intrigued by this. That TikTok you posted had me a little interested in what Miss Boring Natalya has in store. I'm very curious to see that, but I ain't gonna focus too much on her. Io Sky and Roxanne Perez. The way those two was in this ring, perfect. It's like they were just made for each other. Now I have a question before we really go into the match. I have a question, because Roxanne has lost last week against Rhea, this week against Io. Io and Rhea are both established WWE superstars. They are established big names. Roxanne is trying to make a name for herself on the main roster. I don't know if she's even called up or not, because they kept saying the NXT women, but why is Roxy losing? At least have her, lose by disqualification, but she's getting pinned. Why? Why is she losing? If y'all doing this thing with her and Julia, which could have been her and Cora, but that's neither here nor there, then do it right. Again, that was a great match. They really put on a banger. They were going back and forth, tit for tat, everything. I just did not see a Pop Rocks. I was a little upset about that. I wanted a Pop Rocks. I love the Pop Rocks. But their match was amazing, and I love to see it. I love when Io hit that drop kick off the rope, did her little flip back. That's my shit. But I don't want to see Roxanne lose anymore. I get it. That's your champ. Your champ. I don't think your champ should lose, or she should. I don't think she should get pinned. She's your champ. She should definitely not get pinned. However, Roxy is an up and comer. She's trying to make a name for herself on the main roster. Yes, you are showing that she can go in the ring with your best. However, Losing isn't the way. Losing every time. Like, when are we going to give her a dub? She was in the Royal Rumble. She lost. Elimination Chamber. She lost. I don't remember if her and Rhea ended in disqualification or not. But either way, she lost. But, I mean, if that was disqualification, then that's the proper way to do it. But when is she going to win? Are we going to give her somebody that she can beat? Are we going to have her beat one of our big stars? Like, what are we doing? Help me understand. Help us understand. Because I know I'm not the only one that's confused. Are we going to give Roxy a proper win on Raw? Are we going to give her a proper win on anything main roster-wise? Is she officially on the main roster, or are we going to keep calling her an NXT superstar? Like, what are we doing with Roxy? Like, that's the real question. What are we doing with Roxy? Shout out to EO, too. Let's get to Mr. Ring It Out and Pat McAfee. At first, I was like, this match does not deserve to be on a PLE. But after what Pat said to Gunther, you know, when he called him soft, I said, you know what? Maybe this does deserve to be on the PLE, because we need a big crowd for this funeral that Pat McAfee is about to have. Because Gunther is about to kill Pat. Like, you bring up Jay. The crowd mentioned how he tapped out, and Gunther did say he gonna get back to that once he's done with Pat. Bars. But once you said that, the way you just lit a fire in Gunther, I said, wow, Pat is cooked. Like, I feel like this is about to be Jimmy times 2. Because Jimmy was just after the match. And he was just a sacrificial lamb for Jay. He ain't even really had, besides that slap, he ain't really had no smoke with Gunther. It just needed to happen, though. But Pat is literally about to be Jimmy times 2. And I'm ready to see it. Because for some odd reason, I don't know if there's anybody out there in the world that think Pat is going to beat Gunther. You a damn fool. Because you heard Gunther ask him, did he enjoy his daughter's birthday? The man meant everything he said. He is going to choke him lifeless. I'm going to make you drop to the ground like a wet towel. That line really didn't hit, but he meant it. So I'm riding for it. And I can't wait to see it. Gunther in 5. Gunther in 5. Now, the main event. Jey Uso versus Seth Rollins. But before we even get into the match, let me turn this light on. Before we get into the match, why has it been 7 months since the World Heavyweight Championship was defended on Raw? Why do y'all feel the need to only defend the big title on PLEs? Like, I get it. Y'all want to preserve your champions. Y'all want to make sure that they stay healthy. I fully understand that. I get it. But 7 months in between title defenses for the title that is made for that show, crazy work. We need to get that together. We actually need a title change to happen on that show at least once. Come on, focus. On me. Waiting. There we go. We need the title to change on the show. Come on, WWE. It's your title. World Heavyweight Championship is literally Raw's championship, defended on Raw. 7-month gap is crazy work. But this match was a banger. This match felt like a pay-per-view. And there's nothing wrong with putting matches like this on the actual show. Like, it is Raw on Netflix. There's nothing wrong with putting bangers like this on this show. Because I don't know how many false finishes we got, how many 2.5 counts we got, but it was amazing. That they both elevated each other. And for the people out there that be putting disrespect on Seth's name, don't do that. Seth made Jay look great. Jay made Seth look great. It was a beautiful match. We ain't got the perfect reverse spear into that pedigree that Seth does flawlessly, into a curb stomp, into a 2 count, which was crazy. I thought he was done. Sami Zayn came out. He got speared. It's like, what are you even out here for, brother? You just wasting your time. Then Jay, Sammy, get up. Sammy, get up. Then you get speared. Like, what are we doing? Stay your ass in the ring. Stay locked in. Jay hit the spear. Jay hit the Uso splash. I just knew it was over. Even the way he pinned him, his ass was on his chest. Pause. I thought it was done. But nah, somehow, some way, Seth kicked out of that too. Shit was crazy. But the simple fact that CM Punk, Chick Magnet Punk, came in to get his revenge after what Seth did at WrestleMania, I respect it. But now the one thing that I want to point out that was kind of flawed, and we all saw it, was that they did not ring the bell. Like, how you missed that? You had one job, ref. Well, actually you had 2. 1, 2, 3, ring the bell. How you missed that? He said, nah, fuck that shit. I'm out of here. And left. How you just leave? At least you could have did this real quick and then got out the ring. It don't take that much. All right, I'm out. I ain't trying to get hit by no damn chair. Punk tripping. But yeah, that was a amazing Raw. I'm mad I missed it live. I'm mad I didn't do my live reaction, but it was a great Raw. Shout out to y'all. Amazing. Shout out to Jey Uso too, man. That was a great title defense, even though it ended in a DQ, which means Seth won, technically. But it is what it is. We are going to see what happens at Backlash. I'm going to do my Backlash predictions. Make sure if you are not subscribed to the YouTube. Like, comment, share. Do it all for your boy, because this shit right here, I'm about to make this shit my home. We about to really build this thing up. So right now we at 2,030 subscribers. We about to get this shit rolling. Mark my words here. Book it.